the early rounds, don't do anything silly, then get into that fight, get into his groove, even maybe take a couple off the glove might help him, you know, get into it, for him to forget the first fight and then get to work. But yeah, it's going to be a cracker.
Well, some good fights on the undercard. Cain Baker is back. We're looking forward to hearing from him. He's up against Yusuf Kamari, and both guys are on the stage with Eddie Hearn.
Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Chris. And good afternoon. And wow, how lucky are we to be here. Absolutely stunning scenery, stunning weather. We're very, very grateful to everybody in Gibraltar. Of course, a special thank you to Fabian Picardo and Stephen Linares for all their help in making this possible. I must say, 3 or 4 weeks ago, I wondered if this could be done. And they say it always seems impossible till it's done. Well, just a couple of days to go before a historic moment here in Gibraltar. Of course, the rematch
to a restaurant
the WBC Interim World
called
Heavyweight
Gibraltar.
Championship between Alexander
Like a month ago.
Povetkin and Dillian Whyte, live and exclusive on Sky Sports box office in the UK and DAZN around the world. We cannot wait to give you a night you will not forget, and certainly an event this country will not forget as well. It's been a tremendous experience so far, and we're looking forward to the next couple of days of build-up before the main event on Saturday night. Of course, here we'll be joined by Dillian Whyte and Alexander Povetkin later, but first we turn our attention to the undercard. And so many great fights, so many 50-50 fights, so many opportunities for fighters in front of a huge global audience on Saturday night. And this one's going to kick us off on Saturday. Yusuf Kamari against Cain Baker. Yusuf, firstly to you, obviously part of the Dillian Whyte setup, massive opportunity for you on Saturday night. You look fit, ready to go.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. First and foremost, I want to thank my manager, Dillian Whyte, and Eddie for the opportunity. I've had a good long camp. Everything's gone perfect, and I'm ready for a smoky Saturday.
Fighters like you with plenty of ability don't always get the chance to go out and shine, especially not on this kind of platform. That link up with Dillian Whyte, a blessing for your career, and you've got to grab this with both hands.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, a lot of guys turn pro looking to be part of events like this, so I'm so privileged to be part of an event this big, and I'm going
To be honest, I don't know who these guys are, and I don't feel like listening to them. Is that a crime? This is my show, damn it. No disrespect to the fighters. They just ain't make it to the big leagues yet, you know? So what the hell am I going to talk about them for? Anyway, we're here live for the Alexander Povetkin versus Dillian Whyte 2 final press conference, which is going to be taking place this weekend here in the States on DAZN. Card's going to be starting at about 2 p.m. Eastern. Over in the UK, it's going to be on Sky Sports, right? The undercard ain't nothing calling out to me. I kind of want to see Campbell Hatton fight Ricky Hatton's son. It's his debut against an 0-10 guy. Debut. Not going to give him too much shit. You got Ted Cheeseman versus James Metcalf. Ew. Not feeling that. I don't really want to see that. Do you guys want to see that? Not me. I mean, I'm going to watch it. By the way, we're going to be here live streaming during the fight. Something different. I'm going to do it about once a month or so. Not all cards. I'm not doing that shit. So anyway, what's going on with you cool cats and kittens? What's up? Y'all hyped for this fight? Like I said, I think Dillian Whyte's going to lose. The loser of this fight is definitely not going to get a title shot no time soon. Probably never again, right? Isn't that crazy? Well, anyway, let's go back to the press conference, I guess. Listen in. Please subscribe.
In your garden, to be honest, mate. Get me out there. I'm not worried about titles. Win Saturday night and get me in the garden.
I promise you, if you win on Saturday night, you'll be part of Fight Camp this summer.
Thank you very much.
And as Yusuf said, fan-friendly fight. We always get that from you. You expect a thrilling war to kick off the show on Saturday night.
100%. I'm here to go. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get the win on Saturday night, and I'm going to be in his face, throwing punches all night.
Well, going to start with a lively one on Saturday night. Kamari against Baker. Do not miss it. Live on Sky Sports box office and DAZN around the world. Gentlemen, we're going to take a little walk. We're not getting married. We're going to do a face-to-face down here. So this is the first one of the day. Follow me.
Matchroom always fancy with it. Ooh, what if somebody fall in the pond? Or what if somebody push somebody in that motherfucker? That's what I'm here for. One thing though is Eddie Hearn has been shitting on other promoters for about a good year now with like his events. You know, they're just pleasing to the eye. Other bubbles, top rank bubble. If I was to rank the bubbles from what I know here,
modern Vickers, you get a mod.
if I was to rank the bubbles from what I know, it's the Matchroom bubble, the top rank bubble. Those are the two best bubbles.
He's been on the last year. We sat up with him on the top deck of our hotel today, and he said, "I know last year was such a difficult year for everyone, but he said it's actually been one of the best years I've ever had."
He's living the dream. He's absolutely living the dream. He loves the sport. He loves the limelight that he's getting. And the good thing about Kane is he brings it. You know, he's so desperate to change his life. He loves the sport. And look, he's in for a fight. Kamari's very good. He's got a good variation, good quick hands, good foot movement. But I think Kane Baker is the stronger out of the two. And he'll try and force this fight, you know, dictate the tempo of the fight. But yeah, top man. And I think we're going to have a chat with him.
Yeah, he's walking around now.
There he is.
Kamari fought
Big
Liam
smile on
Dillon
his
for
face.
as always. Yeah, Kamari fought Liam Dillon for the Southern Area title, and he was pushed back, and I personally thought he won it on the road, so they fought to a split draw in the end. But we'll talk about that later on. We were just saying,
Hello,
Kane,
mate.
you know, how lovely it is to see you back getting the opportunities, and you actually said the last 12 months have been, I know, difficult for other people, but they've been very good to you these last 12 months.
Yeah, definitely. I know a lot of people, a lot of my friends and that. Well, it started bad for me, losing work. And
I ain't want to say it, but I'm not hearing good things about the
Sky
PBC bubble.
The team have changed my life, really. The last year I've been working as a full-time boxer. I can't believe it. I really can't believe it. You know what I mean?
One thing I'll say about you, Kane, it's not gone to his head.
I guess Golden Boy
whatsoever.
bubble is
He's just
trash
like,
too.
If you was an emoji, you'd be heart eyes emoji.
You were telling me this morning quite an interesting thing you've been doing at work, just to make a few extra quid to give yourself those weeks off. Just tell people at home a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, this was before. Now I've been full-time, but up until working, I was we'd reclaim the tiles, so we'd take all the tiles off the roof. Instead of chucking them in the skip, the lads would help me load them down and into the back of the van, and we'd go to the reclamation yard.
That's graft in itself, isn't it?
Oh, that is a graft,
Up and
mate.
down the ladder.
Absolute graft. And then we'd load the van and sell them to the reclaim yard for the week after. Then I'd have an extra bit of money to train with.
Sort of buy yourself a little bit of time off,
yeah,
basically.
yeah, definitely.
But now things have changed, and you feel like a different animal as a result of being able to train a little bit more like a full-time fighter.
100%, I'm a different animal. The rest is key. And after a training session, going home, eating the right food and being able to rest is massive. And then you recharge instead of going to work and then trying to fit another session in when you're dead on your feet. Yeah. It's
Just quickly, Kane, what do you make of Kamari?
From what I've seen, he's a good fighter. But to be fair, he hasn't fought anyone who's not working or who's a full-time pro. Or he fought Liam Dillon, but he was working 2 days up until his fight with him. So we'll see what he's got when I'm at him for 10 rounds, mate.
Good, man. Well, listen,
the
we
best,
wish you all
mate.
the very, very best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Take care, Kane. See you tomorrow at the weigh-in. Well, Eric Pfeiffer and Nick Webb are in action second on the bill tonight. Both are standing by. Let's hear from them with Eddie Hearn.
Thank you. Now we move to the heavyweight division that's full of thrills and spills, drama, and I think we'll get it with this heavyweight contest on Saturday night. 10 rounds for the IBO Intercontinental Heavyweight title. Almost a late fight taken to the card, and I'm so glad this fight was added. Eric Pfeiffer, who's been in camp with Dillian Whyte, teamed up with him, and Dillian wanted to give him an opportunity on the show, and in steps Nick Webb, young British heavyweight with plenty of ability, with a chance to turn his career around, chance to go on and start forcing his way into world rankings as well. We look forward to this one. Firstly, Eric, with you, welcome. Big fight for you, big opportunity on Saturday.
Thank you a lot for this chance. I train very good, I'm in good shape, and I will show you the best of me.
How has that sparring been with Dillian Whyte? Of course, your preparation has been very good for this fight. Tremendous training camp there with Dillian, and he looks in great shape too.
Dillian is a very strong guy, and it was a very, very hard sparring, but I do it good, and it leave perfect, and I'm here. And
I almost fell asleep. I was watching Predator
A lot
2.
of people have said for a long time you are a very good amateur, and you can be a...
Yeah, man, I almost fell asleep. I wasn't going to cover this. I was like, man, fuck this shit. I'm going to sleep. I've been doing real well with my midday naps. Oh, man, I got a headache, guys. Oh, shit. My head is on fire, bro. So, yeah, not a very good card. Overall. You know, but at least we got a fight that's meaningful, like Whyte and Povetkin, too. Shit. Head is killing me, bro. Head is killing me.
The tournament as well, coming through, you look very confident, in great shape as well. You believe you were the favourite in this fight. It's a bit of an unknown quantity, Eric Pfeiffer. You know, great amateur with a lot of potential. It's been a little bit inactive as a professional, but still a stiff challenge for you on Saturday.
Yeah, he's a great challenge, and he's a great name. He was a great amateur, so for me, it's a great place to showcase my skills, and I can't wait. Tremendous division, of course, great main event as well, but in these kind of fights, you really are one fight away for some huge opportunities, some huge paydays. And at this point in your career, must win on Saturday? Is this a must win for Nick Webb? It's a must win. There's no other option. I'm winning, and that's that.
Well, we look forward to this, the first heavyweight encounter on a huge show on Saturday night. Eric Pfeiffer against Nick Webb for the IBO International Heavyweight title. Gentlemen, if we could take a stroll down
Oh,
here,
snap, the IBO International title. Okay, now I'm awake. That's some heavy hitting right there. Now I'm awake. Oh, he almost fell. I want somebody to fall into that pond so bad. Is that a crime? I wonder what's in there. It's probably a faux pond, right? Ain't like no fish or nothing in there. They probably got some tilapia in that motherfucker. Push him. Somebody push somebody.
Well, comic judgment's not everyone's forte. Nick Webb didn't manage to get out during the pandemic after such an excellent show in the Ultimate Boxing tournament in, I think it was December 2019. Really good value. And I was talking to him this morning about, boxing 9 rounds in the same night, but having to do 3 on, then come back and almost decompress, then go back in. The adrenaline spike and dump for that night. I mean, tough. That's and he boxed at a certain level, but boxed really well in that tournament.
Yeah, he did. He's a very good fighter. When he's on it, when he's switched on, and he sticks to his boxing, he gets behind his jab. He's a very good fighter. He just sometimes switches off. And Pfeiffer, he's your typical sort of German fighter. Doesn't waste much, economical.
Quite compact, isn't he?
Compact, yeah. He's got good variation. Quite a slow tempo to his work, but like I say, that allows him to be accurate. Like I say, doesn't waste an awful lot. It's a good fight. It's a good matchup.
Yeah, it is. Webb will have about a 2-stone weight advantage, we suspect. He normally comes in around 18 stone 9, between 255, 265 pounds. I have to say, when he walked past this first day I saw him, I thought he's looking actually in good shape.
Yeah,
he's clearly been training.
He does.
You can just tell from fighter's shape and just the cut of them, they look a little bit different. I think he's been on it.
And I like that because, like I say, Nick Webb's very good when he's switched on. He needs to be switched on, and he looks like he is. If his shape's anything to go by, it shows great ambition from Nick Webb.
Yeah, it certainly does. I remember that tournament. He beat Chris Healy in the first round, then took the unbeaten record of Danny Whitaker, knocking him out in the first, and then it was a tough scrap with Mark Bennett over 3. But I think he felt this is the time when people are seeing me actually put my work together, show what I can actually offer, and I guess for him, he's saying this morning, it ended up being a crucial payday when he had 18 months ahead that he assumed he'd probably be boxing 3 or 4 times and hasn't been able to.
No. I just think at the time now is quite good. Who's the next crop coming through? And I know Nick's sort of established. He's not a prospect by any stretch of the imagination, but there is a real sort of gap there. Who's going to be the next star? And though he's had a good few fights, there's still that opportunity to make a real name for himself and announce himself again, I guess, in the heavyweight division. So there's a big pot of gold for Nick Webb, but it's a good fight. Pfeiffer, like I say, doesn't waste much. Good fighter.
Certainly does. Well, really, really interesting fight coming up next. Chris Congo and Michael McKinson, and both men are standing by. Let's hear from them.
Thanks, guys. Well, we're just talking. It's Millwall against Portsmouth up here, both representing their club's colours. And this is a fantastic domestic welterweight clash. Chris Congo against Michael McKinson for the WBO Global Welterweight Championship. a fight that a lot of people have been talking about for a long time. Two guys that have been avoided choose to fight each other. So good for the sport of boxing that two domestic fighters with big futures say, I believe I can win this fight. I believe I can move forward and I believe I can beat my opponent. And it's great for boxing to see you. So well done to you two. Chris, I'll start with you. Fight camp, we saw you with a great performance. You stepped up again. You never say no. You and your team and Dillian Whyte never say no to opportunities, never say no to opponents. You believe in yourself. Another huge stage for you this weekend.
Of course, just want to thank you and obviously Dillian Whyte for getting me back out. And like I said, when I come into this sport, this is the fights I want, you know. I don't want to fight these journeymen, don't want to fight people that I know I can just knock them out in a round. I want competitive fights. And that's why even before this, I was calling out Mikey from a long time. But yeah, I'm just happy to be here now. I'm happy the fight is on.
He's on a tremendous run. He is avoided. Why is that? Is that the quality? Is it his style? Just he hasn't quite had the name yet to force the big fights. But you chose no problem. You said, I'll step up and face Mikey.
Of course, probably his style. And a lot of people don't really like to fight southpaws. But I don't mind. I'll always find a way to win regardless. So yeah, I know obviously he's got a good record. And he's a good fighter, man. I want to beat the best, you know. So I got to beat these guys.
I know you don't want to give the game plan away, but is the move on Saturday to control the pace of the fight? We know he moves well, he's awkward as well. You've got to take this by the scruff of the neck early and dominate this fight.
Yeah, of course. I'm just going to leave everything that I'm going to do and just leave it to Saturday, you know. Whatever he brings, I'll always be able to adapt. And I'm just ready for it.
Jesus.
Of course, this division at the moment,
Povetkin lip looked painful as fuck,
coming
right?
Through.
His shit
Josh
just
Kelly
split
suffered
open.
defeat, but in a great fight. Conor Benn fights in a couple of weeks as well. Florian Marku up there. Some big opportunities domestically, but this is must win. You're confident. You 100% Chris Congo victory this week.
Just lick your lips, bro.
100% Chris
Look
Congo
at this. That's
knockout is coming
jeez.
Saturday.
Knockout.
But he is a
100%.
fighter. He don't give a fuck.
Mikey, no, you don't agree with that, I'm sure, but this is a great fight. A lot of people are talking about. Just like you, Chris Congo has been avoided as well. This is great to see two young British welterweights take an opportunity like this.
Yeah, firstly, I just want to say thanks for my opportunity. I've been waiting a long, long time for an opportunity. This 20th fight, you know. I believe I'm the best welterweight in the UK, and to prove that, I've got to beat Chris Congo on Saturday.
You have
up,
an
DJ?
awkward style. You're technically very good.
My
So does
Mexican
Chris in a
brother.
way. You know, he's awkward. He can box. He can punch as well. You expect this to be cagey earlier on. You got 10 rounds to change your career, change your life. You must take this opportunity.
Yeah, like you said on the plane yesterday, this is to chase our dreams. And I took that in, you know. There's no one in the UK that has a style like mine. I'm a problem for absolutely anyone. And I'm a smart fighter as well. So whatever he wants to bring, I can adapt. I'm very clever. And yeah, it should be an exciting fight.
And obviously, he sampled Fight Camp last summer. This is for you the first big occasion. You enjoying it so far? The plane yesterday, the boat, the yacht, the sunshine. I can't tell you every Matchroom show's like this, but a victory for you will just provide so many more opportunities like this in the future.
Yeah, I'm taking it all in, you know, like everything's been amazing, but now I've got my opportunity now. I've got to get my win because I want to stay on this, you know. So, yeah, I'm excited. It's been an amazing week.
Well, tremendous fight between these two young, talented welterweights on Saturday night. Don't miss this one. Chris Congo against Michael McKinson. Gentlemen, if we can make our way down here.
You know what I was thinking? Maybe I'm just high, but what is the purpose of an air bubble and a flip-flop, like in a slipper? All right, check this shit out. I'm just sitting here thinking, like, bro, like, what's the purpose? What's the purpose of that? You know? You guys been? Oh, my bad. Let's go to the face-off. By the way, the winner of this fight could possibly be a Virgil Ortiz opponent. This guy, McKinson, is ranked number 6 by the WBO. This guy right here, Congo, is ranked number 13. Guess who's above them? Sean Porter, Castillo Clayton, Mikey Garcia, Aglidas Kavalauskas. Look at his bullshit WBO belt. Yeah, but I'm thinking I got slippers that don't have air bubbles, and either way they still be cool.
Between those two, that's the quickest I've seen him move for a long time.
Yeah.
These are two guys that understand what it is to be avoided. They both had similar paths for different reasons, and of course, they're not the kind of guys to turn down fights themselves. But it's tricky to pick a winner out of this one.
It is. It's a good fight, a really good fight. For those who may have not seen McKinson.
Oh, let me pull up the Sky Sports joint too.
His nickname says it all. The problem really does have a strange style, you could say. So awkward.
Great balance though.
Great balance.
Timing.
Really good footwork. Always centered. Generates. Look, do you know what? I think probably hits harder than his record suggests as well. But Chris, he looked so good last time out against Luther Clay, didn't he?
It's a good fight, that, wasn't it?
It was a good fight. They were evenly matched, I'd say, but Chris, the quality come through, and it was a good finish. Really lovely. It was sort of a check
left hook, wasn't it?
Really, really nice.
I always thought the shocks were stupid looking.
In the middle of that fight, after dominating the early stages, Luther Clay rallied and really put it on him, and he showed a lot after having to work really hard to get into that position. You saw how much he wanted it, as well as how good of a technical fighter he is.
Yeah, and look, 100%. And I think that the shot that he landed against Clay is the shot that he'll be looking for in this fight. It's the perfect shot for McKinson. For McKinson on the flip side, I think lots of jabs to the body. Just seeing there, I didn't realise that Congo was the taller out of the two. So I think this area here, spear the jab into the chest and come back. But
so I'm gonna take a nap, and it's about a 60% chance that I'm gonna do a test run, and that I'm going to stream during the Ring City card tonight. That's going to be taking place on Twitch and on NBC Sports. So I almost didn't stream this. And to be honest with you, I almost streamed from the bed. I almost streamed this press conference from the bed. I was watching Predator 2, the one with Danny Glover. It's a very good movie, man. Underrated. That was my shit. I think it's probably still on now. On like HBO or something. So now James Metcalf and, oh shit, here they go. And the Cheese. The Cheese got some new teeth.
A great moment up here.
Hold on.
Of course, Campbell Hatton
Whyte
will make
and
his
Povetkin is
professional
next
debut
after this.
on Saturday night. Jesus Ruiz, his opponent, just waiting for his official results before they go face-to-face. They'll do that, of course, at the weigh-in tomorrow. So once again, we got Campbell against Ricky. Campbell was just threatening to push Ricky into the pond, which we might see later on. But you guys...
Oh, this Campbell. Yes, somebody push somebody in the pond,
It's
please.
been a tremendous week. I've never seen a young fighter do so much media. You must just be ready to fight now. This is it, Saturday night, the professional journey begins.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Like I've said a few times, the nerves are slowly starting to come in, and people have been saying, like, is it getting a bit much for you, like all the media stuff? But it hasn't. I think it's doing me good, to be honest, because it's a bit of a distraction from Saturday night, to keep the nerves away. But just really excited, ready to go. Been flying in the gym. Did my last punching session this morning. Felt really, really sharp. So just can't wait to show everyone what I can do.
You're a young man with plenty of energy, and obviously, I guess Matthew and Ricky will be saying to you on Saturday, just stay calm. You're going to go out there. I know you fight at a very high pace as well, and that's one of your attributes. But it's important to stay calm for this debut on Saturday.
Yeah, definitely. That's been the main bit of advice I've had off everyone, to be honest. Obviously, the amount of eyes on me, there will be nerves, and I'll be eager to please people, but I think like the main thing for me is I want to do myself justice. I want people to see the Campbell Hatton that's in the gym, when I'm sparring and stuff. Because I think when people see that, that will be what impresses people. So the main thing for me is I want to. I do set a high pace, but I just need to be calm and calculated with it.
Do you feel that pressure to look good as well? We know that 90% of the country are behind Campbell Hatton, and of course Manchester behind you, like they were for your father before you. But there will be that percentage you say, well, he's here, he's only getting this opportunity because he's old man. You want to show how good Campbell Hatton is in his own right, and I guess that's an added pressure.
Yeah, it is. Like, you always get people who have something to say and have the criticisms, but for me, I just want to go in there and, like I say, do myself justice. And obviously, if I'm the best Campbell Hatton I can be, I'll be happy with that, and I think that'll be enough to impress like you say, them 90% that are behind me anyway. So, yeah, and I think with time as well, with time I'll be able to show people everything I've got to do. So, just staying calm's my main goal for this fight and do myself justice.
Ricky, I'm sure if 10, 15 years ago, if you would have thought that at one point you'd be sitting here at a press conference with your own son about to make his professional debut, you probably wouldn't believe it. But how does it feel as a father, with everything you've achieved in the sport, to look across and see your son just 2 days away, ready to fight?
Yeah, very, very
Ain't
proud.
no damn Gators in there, Howard.
Very, very nervous, you know what I mean? He's had a fantastic build-up you've done for him, you know what I mean? And, you know, it's all right, it adds a little bit of pressure, but I'll be brutally honest with you. If I didn't think he was built in order to cope with the pressure, I wouldn't have allowed it to happen. And I know he's dreamt of, you know, he's seen what I've done over the years and what his brother's done over the years and all the Manchester names and Anthony Crawler, and that's what he wants, like Anthony Crawler, and just to name a few, that's what he wants to be. You know, he wants it so bad. And if I thought there was just a fraction that he couldn't do it and do himself justice, I'd tell him not to bother lacing the gloves on. I would do, because I mean, I
See you later, alligator. In a while, crocodile.
To want to do it, and I think he deserves a
How about
pat
that?
on the back for that. It's one of the hardest game of all, with what I did and you know what Matthew did in many ways. So I think he deserves a pat on the back for that alone. And it makes me feel very proud of everything and the attention he's got this week. How he's taking it all in his stride, and this will stand you in good stead for the future, son. Honestly.
Obviously, it's a professional debut with a lot of eyes on him, not just because of the Hatton name, but because of the big fight as well and the whole event experience out here. You know, the playing yesterday, the boat. How different was that from your pro debut, and how different is that? How difficult is that just to stay calm?
Yeah, well, my pro debut was in Widnes, you know, so it's a little bit different than Widnes. No offence to anyone from Widnes, but no, I've just been saying to him all weekend. You listen, you know, do you want to get where the top?
Yo,
of the
Ricky
village,
Hatton
you know,
only like
like,
45. Why he look like he like
that way
60?
You want to get? Well, let's get used to it now. You know what I mean? Get used to this. This is what it's going to be like when you get there, and I think this will stand him in good stead. You know, it's his early days, professional debut. He wants to get off to a good start. He wants to try and impress. I mean,
Ricky Hatton,
you're gonna
42
get the people,
years
you
old.
know, that will turn around and say, well, you know,
42.
His dad, you know, because of this, because of that. He's got to shut that out from his mind, do his own job. And I think if he keeps relaxed and keeps nice and composed, I think everyone would like what they see on Saturday. And you know, it's early days, isn't it? It's like there's going to be a few speed bumps over the way. He's a young and up and coming, you know, professional and that. But I think what they see on Saturday, ultimately, I think they're going to really enjoy the ride that's going to come. I mean, it's a long way away. First of many more nights to come. But we wouldn't be sat here. I wouldn't be sat here as his father if I didn't think he had half a chance.
And finally, he's got to stay calm. Yourself? How nervous will you be on Saturday night?
I'll be very nervous, you know.
No disrespect, but Jesus.
I just want him, he said earlier, you know, I want him to do himself justice. He's worked so hard. He's come on so quick in the space. He's only a babby, and he was a late bloomer, you know. He only started when he was like 14, something like that. He's only had like 28 amateur fights. It's his pro debut on a big stage, and seeing how he's dedicated himself to the sport and how hard he's worked over certainly the last few years. He's slipped a few gears in the last few years. I just hope he does himself proud on Saturday, which he will do with all the hard work and the.
You guys like that shit? Like this guy, woman beater? He must have learned that from his dad. Woman beater, baby. We're gonna beat that woman beater.
Arms Nose Boxing has just donated £5 through Super Chat. What's worse, Jake Paul getting opportunity cause of his own name or Campbell cause of his dad?
Get that shirt wet.
I don't know. That's kind of cold, bro. But I'm gonna go Jake Paul. Jake Paul wouldn't be here without Logan. I want somebody to get. You know what? I bet if Derek Chisora was here, somebody would get pushed in that goddamn moat. But they knew better not to bring his ass out here. I want to see somebody get pushed in there, or at least trip and fall.
Do you and Ricky shop at the same?
I knew it was coming. I knew that was coming.
He's got like a special custom-made Man City one.
Yeah, I should have got the Chelsea badge on mine.
Yeah, you should. Well, no, I'm glad you didn't, to be honest. You know, it kind of reminds me. I remember sitting as a fan in the crowd when AJ knocked out Charles Martin. And watching the debut of young Conor Benn, hearing the bong and thinking back to when I was a kid in the early 90s watching his dad Nigel. There's some, I suppose, a realistic amount of pressure, but it's so disproportionate given that we've never even seen this kid box before.
Yeah.
He seems to be dealing with it very well.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he's a mature lad.
You probably push him in there, he probably
But
flew.
what we'll say is there's going to be a big target on his back because lots and lots of people are going to want to fight Campbell because they know it's going to be a big event. So he's got to keep learning. He's a work in progress, like his dad said. He's only had 28 fights, so it's going to be a good crack, good journey.
Yeah, it certainly is. And the young man joins us himself. I bet you've never done so much media in the last 6 months as you have in your entire life before.
No, it's been mad. I feel like I've dealt with it quite well, to be honest. I've always been like a confident person, and but yeah, it's took some getting used to, but mad.
Yeah. Did you I guess you've asked your dad for lots of advice over the years, and of course his uncle as well. What have they told you about their sort of debuts to this point, and so what are you expecting on Saturday?
Yeah, they've both said the same thing. That was the most nerve-wracking day of the careers. Like Matt said, even as the challenges got bigger through his career, obviously he boxed the likes of Alvarez and Kell Brook, but he said he was still more nervous for his debut than any of them. So that's why I think like all this media stuff going on now is quite good, because it's helping me keep like the nerves, distracted from the nerves a bit, so helping me stay calm. And I just need to do the same Saturday night, but 100%. I'm sure it'll get harder.
100%. Look, must have had about 100 amateur fights, and my debut was exactly the same as your dad and your uncle. I was very nervous, but what I would say to you though, enjoy it. Enjoy. You worked hard. You're fit as a fiddle. Enjoy every second of it, because look, you only get one debut, mate.
Yeah, I've loved every minute of it coming over here. It's been a top experience, and to do it for my debut, I'm in a great position. So just can't wait to go and do the job Saturday.
Do the business, mate.
We'll look forward to seeing you out, and we'll look forward to seeing the weigh-in tomorrow. Campbell, take care, mate. We'll see you
all
later.
the best, mate.
Nice one. Thanks very much. It's a good documentary on him, Blue Moon Rising, at Matchroom Boxing.
Can y'all hear me? Oh, they talking to Chris Congo over on Sky. Let's go over here.
Better work than that, man. And we done loads of rounds.
What was that like, sparring Josh Taylor?
Quality.
Oh wait, the main event's here?
You have to stay switched on. He's very sharp.
Oh yeah, these
He's
guys.
very powerful as well for his weight. And
this one for me could be fight of the night. An absolute cracker for the British Super Welterweight Championship between Ted Cheeseman and JJ Metcalf. Of course, both guys always in great fights. You saw Ted Cheeseman last time out in the Fight of the Year contender against Sam Eggington, and JJ Metcalf in thriller after thriller. These two could gel into a fantastic domestic tussle on Saturday night. Ted, we'll start with you. I know a lot of people loving this experience. I'm sure you are as well, but you've seen it before in many ways. You've boxed on some big shows. You want your British title back on Saturday night.
Yeah, it's lovely to be part of a big event, but it's just business when you get here.
My man Cheese got them new choppers.
Like you say time and time again. So it's about just getting in fight mode and doing the business Saturday night.
A lot of people talking about this fight because of the kind of fights you're always in. You know, if it was Kieran Conway, if it was Scott Fitzgerald, even against Sergio Garcia, and of course against Sam Eggington, always in great fights. Is it the plan to be smarter on Saturday night, or are you ready to go to the trenches if you have to? We know JJ has a great, exciting style as well. This one should really gel.
Listen, I can box, I can fight, and after the first few rounds, you'll see how the fight's planning out, and I'll know then what I've got to do to adapt to win the fight, and whether it's come forward and march JJ down, or whether it's boxing the back foot, I'm now capable of both. So we've got plan A, B and C ready, so just see what happens Saturday night.
Interesting, the bookies have you the underdog in this fight, but I know you and Tony Sims, when this fight was put to you, both really fancied it. Both feel like you're the strong favourite to beat JJ Metcalf and become British champion again on Saturday.
If the bookies were right every time, I'll be a millionaire.
That's true, that's true. But you see JJ Metcalf as a strong challenge, very, very strong individual, and a massive opportunity for him as well. Like I said, you've experienced this before. He hasn't. He wants more of this. You know he's going to be hungry.
Yeah, definitely. Look, no disrespect to JJ. This is his first time on a big event. He's going to be loving it, but there's going to be a lot of nervous energy with it. This is his first time he's done this. As I said, I've done this time and time again. I've done the small, the Yorkers, I've done the O2s, I've done the fight camps. Now I'm in Gibraltar. It's just, for me, it's natural. He's never really had much big occasion, big opposition fight, so for me, I've had hard fight after hard fight after hard fight. As much as people sometimes say it takes it out of you, I've never actually been smashed except for when I fought Garcia and my head weren't there. But since then, I've been improving loads. I'm still young. I still feel fresh, and I feel after I got my win against Sam Egerton, I'm going to be 10 times the fighter I was even then, with the winning confidence, coming back in on the win and feeling good. And I just believe JJ's going into unknown territory, and for me, I know I can dig deep. We're going to see whether he's going to sink or swim on Saturday night.
JJ, sink or swim, ready to swim on
Anything
Saturday
new
night,
on
ready to
HBO
take this
Max?
opportunity. It's a massive fight.
I was born ready for that, yeah.
Obviously, a lot of people talking about this fight with your styles. Is that what you expect on Saturday night? Is that the kind of fight you want?
Sort of similar what Ted's just been saying. You know, I can box and I can fight, and I'm ready to do both.
The division domestically is just fantastic at the moment, of course. Anthony Fowler winning last weekend. Sam Eggington still there after the defeat to Cheeseman, Kieran Conway, Scott Fitzgerald. This is going to open up so many doors for you. Some massive domestic fights, European level fights as well. Must win for you on Saturday night?
Definitely, yeah. Definitely a must win. You know, I feel like I've been owed this chance for a while, and you know, this comes, I'm going to take it with both hands.
Obviously, fighters whose fathers have gone on, boxed before them and achieved great things. Your father, Shane Erie, and of course Campbell Hatton with Ricky as well. Yeah. I've seen him walking around. He's very, very proud. It's going to mean a lot to you if you can become British champion on Saturday.
Definitely, yeah. You know, I've grew up watching my dad. I've been proud of him, and now it's my turn to, you know, return the favour.
You tripping? HBO Max is the shit.
Overawed by the occasion, your first time on the big stage. You look
no
quite
HBO
calm,
slander in my chat.
It all up and you're going to enjoy it.
Soaking it up, and I'm enjoying it. And you know, I've been on undercards with Tyson Fury and Josh Warrington, so this is a lot better. Like, but you know, I'm all right with it. I'm good.
Good. Well, it's the Battle of Britain on Saturday night, the British Super Welterweight Championship between Ted Cheeseman and JJ Metcalf. Do not miss this fight. It will be a cracker. Gentlemen, if we could take a stroll down here, please.
Well, I don't really watch any shows. I'm all for the documentaries. I watch all that shit. I finished Allen versus Pharaoh, and I watched the first episode of The Q, whatever that shit is. And I watched all the old shows. The new shows, meh. Westworld, meh. The Outsider was alright. The Third Day was trash. Tried to be too... Oh, look at that. Is that the Lonsdale belt? Which one is that?
Well, a chance for Ted Cheeseman to become a two-time British champion on Saturday night. Seems relaxed and, you know, sort of banished the demons that we know all too well.
Yeah, I got
the last
Povetkin.
18 months and seems...
All right, guys. I've been battling a headache all day. Let's talk. So, I'm going to be here covering live stream during this card. Raised by Wolves was all right. I didn't finish the last 2 episodes, but I liked it. I like little different shows like that. I didn't finish. That's a good... I'm going to finish those last 2 episodes. One thing I don't like about shows these days is you got to wait 2 years for a new season to come out. HBO is pissing me off with that. It's like you like a show, then it's like, damn, I got to wait fucking 2 years for the next season to come out? What type of bullshit is that, man? They got to get it together over there. That's because they be trying to do too much with their shows. Just make a show. Why you got to keep making all these spectacles that cost y'all too much to produce? They fucked Game of Thrones up bad because it makes Game of Thrones, you can't even watch it anymore. Like watching the replays, the replay value used to be high because you used to be able to watch shit, start putting shit together. But they made it so you know what's going to happen and it's fucked up. Of course I watched The Corner, and it's not on HBO Max. You have to watch The Corner on YouTube. Fuck is you talking about, dog? Of course I watched it. And I watched it live when it first came out. And was that 2000 or was that before that? Fuck wrong with you, dog? You disrespectful. I should put you on timeout. How dare you?
For this. Right, I'll ask you to step out and Ted to step in.
Oh, they're talking to the Chiefs.
You've held that Lonsdale belt once before. I mean, when Eddie's standing there between the two, you were just saying it's a worthy fight for the British title. Just how confident are you that you're going to get your hands on it for a second time?
Yeah, 100% confident.
Hold on.
I just feel refreshed as a person in life, in boxing, and I got that hunger back and the love for boxing back. And when I leave the gym now, I'm sitting there all night thinking about what I can improve on and what I can get better at, what I did right, what I did wrong. And for a long time that was gone, and I was still performing, but now it's back, and I just believe you're going to see an even 10 times improved Ted Cheeseman.
A lot of people, including us, talking about what JJ Metcalf might do. How much are you focusing on what his strategy is and really?
Molina showing up.
In Eric Molina. This one could be one of the fights of the night on Saturday. Both guys are now standing by. Hand you back to Eddie.
All right, Eddie.
Thanks, guys. We move to the second of 3 intriguing heavyweight matchups this Saturday, live on Sky Sports Box Office in the UK, DAZN around the world. It's Fabio Wardley against Eric Molina. A big, big fight for both men. Huge step up for Fabio Wardley. I'll start with you, Fabio. This is the kind of fights you want. Eric Molina, he's been there, he's done it. 2-time world title challenger, fought some fantastic opposition. But you and Dillian Whyte and the team confident this is the right timing and right choice of opponent for Saturday?
Yeah, most definitely. I come from that same breed, built from the same cloth as Dylan. There's no easy fights. We take all comers, and when they come, and big chances and big opportunities when they're in front of us. And this is one of those, not just for the fight, but for the occasion as well. To be a part of an event like this is something great. So I'm looking forward to Saturday and putting on a fantastic performance and really, really showcasing some of my skills.
You are, in my opinion, the most exciting young heavyweight in the country right now coming through. But interestingly, you know, talk about English titles and British titles, you're kind of bypassing that level here to take on a former world title challenger and a guy with a lot of credibility in the division. Is that something you're looking to do? You're looking to move faster? I know there's some huge fights for you domestically as well, but this is a big step up.
Me as a team and me and everyone, we're looking to do it all. We're looking to do the big fights when they're there in front of us, and then come back around for maybe some domestic big level dust-ups when they're there as well. We're taking all opportunities while we're in front of us and just relishing the moment, really. I'm lucky and fortunate enough to be a part of events like this, and especially in an occasion like this as well, where there's not a lot of boxers that are able to even get out, and I'm lucky enough to be on a Matchroom show and be fighting. So I'm just thankful, and I'm looking forward to a big night on Saturday.
Eric, we switched to you. Great to see you. Last time we saw you was in Saudi Arabia on that card there. A big opportunity for you. I sense from you and your team that you really fancy this. You know, you've boxed some fantastic fighters, and Fabio Wardley may be one, but it's too early to know if he really is one.
Yeah, Eddie, absolutely. Fabio Wardley, young, rising star in England. Of course, you know, when I first got the call, I'd be honest, I'd never heard of the guy. Looking into him, honestly reminds me a lot of myself. Coming in, I had one amateur fight. I was about the same age as him, maybe when I got started. So he's got to learn on the job. And so these type of fights, I gotta teach some lessons for him. So I'm hoping to come in Saturday and give him everything he's got to learn.
I know that when the fight was delayed, you were actually one of the happy ones. You know, you come off a bout of COVID and the fight came around quite quickly. This extra time, you look in great shape, you look ready. It was a blessing for you to prepare for this fight.
Yeah, Eddie, back at home in South Texas, man, we were one of the hardest hit areas with COVID other than New York City. And just in my heart, my motivation is everybody back at home from the Rio Grande Valley. Like I said, we were hard hit. We were also hit with the Texas Freeze historic. It's been a big motivation in my heart to get back in the ring, especially after 2020. When Eddie Aaron calls his opportunity, I don't give no excuses. So training camp was difficult. It was filled with a lot of adversity. And I'll tell you one thing you might not know, even getting here, my luggage took 3 days to get here. So it just doesn't stop, man. It's all mental. My team says it's all mental, so we'll be good to go Saturday.
Of course, in the last 10 years, your defeat have only come from
I got the drummer boy.
heavyweights. I think Chris Arreola, Anthony Joshua, Dominic Brazil, Deontay Wilder and Filip Hrgovic. They're all top 10 heavyweights or have been over their career. This is a different kind of challenge. Do you almost feel like the favourite in this fight against
maybe I'll watch the Guyver.
A bit of a novice in the professional and certainly the amateur game as well. The experience must be vital for you going into this fight.
Absolutely, Eddie. You know what? The only thing I got going for myself in this fight is my experience. Coming into these fights, as I get older, these fights don't get easier. So obviously there's a new generation of heavyweights coming up. Fabio Wardley's in that mix. And I feel like this is the type of fight that I need to see where I'm at also. I need to see
Is
if I can
Molina looking
still
like
mix
he's
it
in
up
better
with these
shape to you?
Young Lions.
Kinda jacked?
I'm looking forward
Maybe
to
it's
the
just
test
me.
on Saturday also, and I'm hoping for a really good fight.
Fabio, you're looking for the victory, and then of course getting out and seeing your other team member, Dillian Whyte, your manager, do the business in what is a career-defining fight for him.
Yeah, this show as a whole is packed full of Team White members, and I'm looking to.
I'm
do
not
business.
digging
We all are,
Wardley
and then
wearing a shirt with his own name on it.
And finishing off with the big one.
And then not like
Saturday
team
night.
gear.
I've been there, I've spoke to him, I've been there with him, and just I know how much this means to him, and the build-up in it, and the aggression. I think that a lot of people have seen that kind of, that nasty side of him is coming, it's really coming back. That maybe he just kind of, he dampened that flame a touch, but that's...
I seen Boardwalk Empire. I watched everything live. I should put you on timeout. You know what? I'm sick of you, Mike.
But this one is a cracking heavyweight fight. Fabio Wardley, huge step up against Eric Molina on Saturday night, gentlemen. If we could have a head-to-head down here, please.
You forced my damn hand. You forced my damn hand, Mike. You forced it, man. And if you got an issue, then you can take it up with HR. Eddie Hearn's new hairpiece been really looking good. Remember one time that joint almost blew off in the wind?
One of those outliers when it comes to his lack of amateur experience, combined with seemingly how good he is at this stage of his pro career. I've got to be honest, I was pretty sold on him when I first watched him. I thought, wow, it's a lot to like, and I know he's really grown on you the last few months.
I've been massively impressed with him. He's a real talent, and I was just talking to him at lunch this afternoon and just saying, you know, it must to be you now. But what a great, potentially a great career he has in front of him. You know, the potential to be in some huge fights. He's the next crop coming through. After
I want to see JJ come to Philly,
you know,
and I want to see Kyle Lowry come to
he's
Philly.
got the ability
Oladipo to the Knicks.
To have a fantastic career. Very quick with his hands, his feet. He's very elusive. You know, he's not a giant.
I don't
He's
want
big
Lonzo
enough,
in Philly.
You know, but he's a very good boxer. I've been really impressed with him. He's a good talker.
Yeah.
Lonzo and Ben Simmons, I don't see how that works. You know, but Kyle Lowry in Philly, I'm trying to figure out where does the money come from? Like, who they trading for that? Like, are they going to give up Seth? Like, you see what I'm saying? I mean, Seth. I don't know where that money going to come from.
Been a bit too much of each other the last 24 hours.
How are we, boys?
Sorry, the mic's very low, yeah.
I was
we had
usually
Campbell
my
Hatton
job
on
this.
just
No,
now.
no worries, boys. I'll do it down here. It's fine. Don't worry.
We're just saying, you know, when you look at how well you performed at the level, well done, Darren. This is what he does when the camera's off us. When you think about the level of guys you faced, how well you performed, you were kind of hoping that Richard Lartey might give you a few rounds, and obviously that didn't go to plan. This is perfect matchmaking in terms of what he's achieved on paper and where he is at this stage of his career, isn't it?
Yeah, I think credit to...
There you go. Danny Green got to go.
And to Molina for one taking the chance, taking the opportunity, because there's a lot of people that we put.
But still, you're still missing like 13 million.
Hard struggles to get here with someone of this high caliber, because this is where we want to test ourselves now. At this kind of level with this kind of opponent, and it's difficult to get those kind of guys to say yes to a guy like me, who if they win, they don't get many accolades for beating me for. So it's something I'm looking forward to. This is, I think, my first big opportunity to a big name, a big place on the card, obviously a massive stage, and really kind of make a statement.
Is it a case of trying to? I mean, we spoke at lunch, and we mentioned this. Is it about trying to break his heart, get in there, wear him down as the rounds go on? You know, the older, though he may be more experienced guy, his ambition may not be there after a hard few rounds with you. Is that the plan going into this fight?
Yeah, 1000%. It's to break him mentally, physically. It's to let him know that he's the old man.
Nike
now.
Dry Fit
There's
socks
a
are
new
probably the
generation
best socks
of
ever.
young dogs, of young
Every pair of
lions
socks I
coming
have
through
is
that
Nike Dry Fit.
Unfortunately, you just can't keep up with anymore. Is to just keep the pressure on and just keep pumping away at him and just mentally, physically break him down.
Good stuff. Well, listen, we wish you all the very best, and we'll see you at the weigh-in tomorrow, Fab. Cheers,
boys.
Thanks very
All the
much.
best, mate.
So 10 rounds for Fabi Wardley to get the job done against seasoned veteran Eric Molina tomorrow night. That is the
All right.
support ahead of the big one.
The main event is next. They're showing them over on Sky. Let's go over real quick. All right, here we go. The main event's about to start. I'm hyped. My man Sasha. Yeah, I met Povetkin in person in New York at the first The Zone event. And, yo, he a little dude. Like, he ain't no fucking... He like 5'11", bro. He like 5'11", like 6 foot barely. He ain't no 6'2", I'm telling you that now. He'd be too erratic, though. I think if he took his time against AJ, he would have had a better chance. But, well, woulda, coulda, shoulda. He got his ass slept. And I think he has a better chance to make adjustments in a rematch. I really think he can. I really think he's going to win this fight. But one thing for sure is somebody going to sleep again. This is truly like a career match. All right, let's turn it up. Hopefully they face off and somebody puts somebody in that fucking pond. What if Povetkin get pushed in that motherfucker?
Oh, just 2 days to go before the rematch. Repeat or revenge. Alexander Povetkin will defend his WBC Interim World Heavyweight Championship, Diamond Championship, against this time the challenger, Dillian Whyte, in an epic heavyweight rematch, live and exclusive on Sky Sports Box Office in the UK and Ireland and DAZN everywhere else in the world. This is a fight that is going to be so dramatic, so thrilling. Of course, we can't forget last August at the Matchroom HQ at Fight Camp, we saw one of the most thrilling heavyweight encounters where Alexander Povetkin came off the floor twice to knock Dillian Whyte out in that stunning defeat. And now, how many times have we seen that replay? Dillian Whyte gets the opportunity to put it right and regain that position on Saturday night. Welcome to Team Povetkin, Max and Alex and Xavier and Dillian as well. Xavier, I'm going to start with you. Of course, we remember last August, I remember it like it was yesterday, just the most dramatic night. Everything looked great, everything looked like Dillian was on the verge of stopping Alexander Povetkin, and it all came crashing down. This man, he's bounced back. I'm sure even the next day he was ready to go to work, but we're just 2 days away now for a pivotal moment in the career of Dillian Whyte.
Yeah, I mean, the first fight, I mean, that chapter's ended now. It's done. You know, just looking forward to Saturday. We've worked hard, and all credit to Dillian. You know, we got straight back in, straight back to work, and it's straight business on Saturday. Straight business.
Obviously, it's easy looking back after the fight at what you could have done, but the fact is you were controlling the fight, you were comfortable in the fight. What was it? Just a lapse of concentration, a moment of brilliance from Alexander Povetkin, and kind of just drums home the fact of staying switched on till this fight is over on Saturday night.
Yeah, I mean, the tone of the fight, the way the fight was going, it was only going one way. But this is heavyweight boxing. You know, we've made no excuses. We've just got straight back into the camp, and all I want to focus on now is Saturday. Like I said, the last fight is done. We have to win on Saturday, and that's what we're going to do.
Max, welcome. Always a pleasure to have you and the World of Boxing team here. I have to say as well, thank you to yourself and to Alex and Andrei Rybinski, because sometimes when a fighter has that rematch obligation and they get a stunning victory, they look to avoid it. They look to find another path. They think they got out of jail. But you guys said, no, we know what we have to do. Povetkin Whyte 2 is on, and we're nearly there.
Hi, Eddie. Hi, everyone. Well, first of all, you know, big pleasure to be here in this unusual place. And thank you to Matchroom, all Matchroom staff. You know, big pleasure to working with you, Sky Sport, DAZN. As you said, we never avoid nothing. You know, same moment that was the first day it was proposal. So Sasha said yes. There was no case to make it. But you know what's happening. Anyway, Sasha is not the boxer who will avoid something or avoid somebody. So, as you told it, there's nothing that I can add.
Obviously, this fight, Alexander has done everything in his career, of course, from the amateur level, winning Olympic gold, to winning the World Championship, fighting in huge fights as well, but looks very, very dangerous still, looks very relaxed and confident. You guys have had to travel around to get here, but as a team, you look happy, you look relaxed, and you look ready for business on Saturday.
This is maybe one of the key to success, that Sasha and the team and the whole atmosphere in the team should be relaxed. You know, there is no, running over somewhere, no rush, nothing. So we're doing, and the team doing everything that he feel comfortable, joking, smiling. So this is maybe one of the issues, of general success.
Dillian, not so much smiling for you. A couple of days away now. It's nearly here. It's what you love to do. I know how much that defeat last August hurt you inside, and on Saturday you get the opportunity to put that right.
Yeah, the first fight was a good fight. We both fought well. Knocked him down a couple of times. He came back and win. Fair play to him. He landed a good punch, and he did well. I'm glad that he took the rematch, and I'm glad that we're here again. Obviously,
what's the deal with the gloves?
To get it on in 2 days.
Like, do they make them look badass?
The Gibraltar people and the team behind us helped to make it happen. Thanks to Sky, thanks to Matchroom, thanks to my team, thanks to everyone, and thanks to his team. And you know me, I always come to the ring to fight anyway, so I don't care, man. I just love fighting. I enjoy fighting. I enjoy what I do.
One thing that you, the team, wanted for this fight, I think rightfully so, is to allow fans back in the building, to create that kind of energy and that atmosphere. 500 lucky people will be there in Gibraltar on Saturday night, but it will make a difference, won't it? It's important to walk out. This is such an important night for you. That energy in that arena will be important for you.
You know what? It's been difficult for everyone. This last year has been very difficult, so I'm just doing my part to try and bring our beloved sport back to some sort of normality, you know what I mean? And it'd be good to have the fans, but, obviously we did the best we could. We look at a few different venues, a few different things to try and get some fans and try and get big-time boxing back, but this is a big fight. This fight is as big as any real title fight, you understand? So I'm just glad that the Gibraltarians, the minister and...
Oh, we got a press conference, the UFC joint.
With the idea, make everything safe, and most of the population here is vaccinated and stuff, and it's the best place for us to get a crowd. So yeah, it's going to be jumping, it's going to be rocking, maybe like, yo, call, it's jumping.
Yeah, we echo that. Thank you, of course, to Fabian Picardo and Stephen Linares for all their support and help.
How many of you have Twitch accounts?
Fights in your life, some are out of the ring as well, but we can't ignore the fact of the importance of this fight. I know you said it's just another fight for me, but for everything you've been to, how close you were for a shot at the world heavyweight title, this is absolute must-win, isn't it, for Dillian Whyte?
It's the most important fight of my career, you know what I mean? But like I said, this is boxing, you understand? I've been through ups and downs my whole life, so I'm used to bouncing back. I'm used to coming back and proving people wrong. I'm used to showing people what I can do if they're writing me off. So I'm good. I'm easy, you know what I mean? Obviously, people say, the defeat, this, that, and the other. I'm like, yo, it's nothing. I'm doing something. I'm changing my life, and I'm still improving. I'm constantly improving, always improving, and obviously, the guy's a good fighter, you know what I mean? Top amateur, gold medalist, world champion, and all that stuff. But I'm still learning, I'm still improving, I'm still getting better every day. And Saturday, I'm coming to leave it all on the line once again.
Thank you, Dillian. Alex, welcome. Firstly, thank you for your patience in travelling around to London and here as well.
I'll be back.
You look very happy, you look very relaxed, you look very confident ahead of this big fight on Saturday.
Саш, спасибо тебе, что после такого сложного пути, сначала в Лондон, потом в Гибралтар, ты выглядишь очень расслабленным, уверенным.
Yes, there is VADA testing, and they have been tested, and currently being tested multiple times.
Хочется поблагодарить за то, что я сюда приехал. Это Эдди Хёрн, Matchroom. Мне очень приятно. Очень приятно будет боксировать с хорошим боксером, с Диланом Уайтом. Я знаю, что он сильно хороший боксер, и поэтому к бою готовился основательно. Благодарю. Вы знаете, мне очень приятно здесь находиться, очень позитивные люди, хорошая атмосфера. Так что выйдем на ринг.
Dillian Whyte is 32 years old.
First of all, just want to tell that thank you to Matchroom and Eddie here. Very happy to be in this, as I said, unusual place. Yeah, just relaxed, confident, and the only thing I'm right now is to come on Saturday and show the good boxing. This is what I'm thinking right now.
Obviously, last time it was a difficult fight. He was hurt in the fight, but how much confidence does he take from that finish and the amount of times that's been showed back? He feels like he can do the same on Saturday.
С учетом того, как складывался первый бой и что у тебя были проблемы, но ты как бы все перевернул в свою сторону, прибавилось ли у тебя уверенности как бы после такого боя и то, что ты можешь снова это повторить в реванше?
Я об этом вообще не задумываюсь, потому что я уверен, что в этом бою Дилан будет лучше. Я буду предусмотрительно где-то лучше защиту умею. Так что я уже не забыл про тот бой, что был. Сейчас я рассчитываю на бой, который будет.
I always forget the last fight because this is a done story. And I think that Dylan will be better in the second fight than the first one. And but at the same time, I will try to be more carefully to pay attention to my defense. So the first fight is forget the story.
I know many fighters say I'll take a win by any means, but do you believe you knocked Dillian Whyte out again on Saturday night?
Ну, в подобных ситуациях бойцы по-разному говорят, но у тебя есть вера или ощущение, что ты его нокаутируешь?
Я об этом не думаю. Я всегда еду и выхожу выигрывать на бой. Мне без разницы с кем и как. Я всегда еду за победой. А больше я ни о чем не думаю.
I don't have this mind and feeling that I will knock him out. I just to come over, and win. It could be, all distance. I'm not focused on the knockout. So I just, need to follow my plan.
Dillian, finally to you. I believe you are focused on a knockout, aren't you? I mean, of course, win by any means necessary, but when you get him hurt, you want it over this time. You want to end this fight by KO.
The main thing is to win, but obviously I'm a competitor. I hate losing anything, so I want to make it 1-1. Understand? That's the plan. But
Povetkin always been classy.
You see me in different fights.
And fights anybody.
Fights. I go up the floor and win in different fights. I've got jabbed fighters that are faster than me. I've got jab fighters that are taller than me. I've got box fighters and I've rock fighters up. And I've gone out and doghouse fighters. So I'll do whatever I need to do. Obviously, my coaching team has worked hard on different plans and work in different area. So whatever, man. I'm.
He's also like a super millionaire too.
Whatever.
Povetkin's made
Thank you, Team Povetkin, Alex, Matt.
Probably.
Thank you, Dillian. Thank you, Javier.
50, 60 million in his
thank
career?
you so much for everybody involved in this event. As I said, everybody in Gibraltar, Dillian's team as well, and of course the team at Matchroom done a fantastic job. This has been a wonderful experience so far. 2 days to go before a historic event here in Gibraltar. Whatever you do not miss Saturday night. Thrilling card from top to bottom, of course, headlined by the big heavyweight rematch. Alexander Povetkin against Dillian Whyte 2. Full of drama, do not miss it. Gentlemen, can you take a stroll with me down here, please? Thank you.
Povetkin's been backed by the billionaire Ryabinski, and also he's had many significant high-profile fights. I forgot what the purse bid was for the Klitschko fight.
First time they would have come face to face since that punch landed back in the summer.
But yeah, Povetkin's made a shitload of money.
You, and potentially feeling the pressure. It'd be understandable if he was.
Well, he does. He does, and I can understand why. Because he's got an awful lot to overcome. That was a drastic, terrible knockout that he suffered that night. So yeah, he's got a lot to overcome mentally, and he'll be desperate to get a few rounds under his belt, get behind the jab, and establish himself in the fight, and really put his foot on the gas and get going.
Because he talked about that, it was a great punch that Alexander Povetkin landed.
We're going to wait for the post-press conference interviews from Sky. They're about to do those now.
Really important they understand why that punch landed.
Yeah, and we spoke about it. There was some real bad errors with his positioning, dropping his head down, putting his feet together. So there is things to improve on. But look, one thing about Dillian Whyte, we said it there, he loves to fight. This is what he loves doing. If you go back to his kickboxing days, he just loves getting stuck in. And I've no doubt after a few rounds, if it goes that long, you know, he'll start to really bite down on his gum shield and let the shots go. And if he can get the win, sets up potentially this world title shot he's been looking for hundreds of days.
Yeah. Well, listen, my mate, we need to get you in the shade and me
Yes.
as well, by the look of things.
Yes.
So that is all to come on Saturday night. Dillian Whyte and Alexander Povetkin headline, a stellar card here on Gibraltar. We'll be back slightly earlier time, 12 o'clock UK time for those of you watching in the UK for the weigh-in tomorrow. 1 p.m. if you're watching in Gibraltar. To take you through all the weigh-in, and then of course we'll be live Saturday afternoon with a full preview of everything you need to know ahead of the big night. Can Dillian Whyte get his revenge, or will it be repeat for Alexander Povetkin? We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
So, here they go. They're about to do their interviews with Sky right now. And we'll listen in. Turn it up.
Final press conference done. That's another box ticked. It's 1 day closer. Just tell us how you're feeling now you've gone face to face with him. You sized him up and had a good look at him.
Yeah, I'm good. You know, he's very, you know, he's quite relaxed. He try not to show not much, a lot of emotions, but I can. We know, you know what I mean? Obviously, we shared the ring before. He knows, you know, and he says obviously he knows that I'm going to be much better this time around, so, you know, we'll see.
Interesting what Eddie Hearn said to Xavier Miller there, your co-trainer. He said, is Dillian still improving? And Xavier said yes. He asked it to you as well, and you said yes. What improvements have you gone away and made behind closed doors?
You'll see Saturday. Yeah, Saturday you'll see.
In terms of mindset, you said up there, look, I made a mistake. I won't make the same mistake again.
My mindset's the same. It's not really a mistake. I never said, oh, I made a mistake or he landed a lucky punch like everybody's saying. It's what it is. It's heavyweight boxing. I've been fighting top guys for the past 6 years. It's like a game of dice. You roll the dice. You don't know what number is in London. You know what I'm saying? You know, I fought a lot of good guys. You know what I mean? If you fight good guys back to back, you will get knocked down. You will lose. You will. It's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? But the main thing is I bounce back. I don't make these things bother me or trouble me too much. I just come back and I'm a warrior. You know, I've always been a warrior. You know, that's one thing I know to do well is to be a warrior, man. So.
Do you mind if I ask you, one of the things that he said was, he said, forget the first fight. Forget what happened. That's difficult for us because it's a rematch and it's an immediate rematch. So as much as you two can say, look, it's a fresh start, don't read too much into what happened, we can read into the fact that you can hurt him and he can hurt you.
I said with boxing, that's why the fans love this division so much, you know what I mean? It's not like, and the good thing with me, I'm always in 50-50 fights. I'm never in a fight where you think, oh, he's going to crush this guy, he's going to get crushed. It's always like, oh, this guy is good, but he can do this, or yeah, this guy's got power, but so I'm saying, and the things with me, I'm still learning, I'm still adapting, and I got about 6 different ways of fighting, man. It just depends on which one I choose in the night, and I've shown in same fights I can mix as I go. I can fight at range, I can be violent, I can be aggressive, I can press these guys, I can try and bully these guys, so I'm saying, so whatever it takes, man. Saturday, you know, sometimes it's cliche, yeah, people say, oh, you need a defeat to remind yourself of things, but it's true, you know, sometimes a defeat can either break you or make you. Sometimes, last time I lost, it took 6 years before anyone beat me, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you realize things and you realize, you know, sometimes in life you change, you try and do other things, and then you realize, you know what, I shouldn't change, I should just make improvements. It's another one of those.
Listen, I'm going to let you go because you've got other medium commitments to do, but thank you very much for joining us. We'll catch up with you tomorrow after the weigh-in. Go well.
Respect.
We just go back to the stage.
So I'm just going to ask you to step in. Let's just roll with it. We may get Povetkin, we may not. They're just doing a fellow crew.
We're going to wait for them to talk to Povetkin. So I'm going to be streaming during the fight. The first time I've ever done or ever will be doing a live commentary stream. We're going to start with the last 2 fights, hopefully 3. Hopefully they do Campbell Hatton as a swing fight. Hold on, Povetkin's here. Let's listen in. Take your time out. Like the video, by the way. Do me a favor. Help out. Doesn't take that much. Just click the button.
This is a whole new start. That's very difficult for us because you won by knockout and people are expecting, you know, a similar sort of fight.
Как бы, ну, опять же, тот же вопрос, что ты как бы вынес из пресс-конференции. Ты сказал, что нужно забыть предыдущий бой. Да, это отдельная история. Что для них в целом, ну, тяжело для понимания, потому что ты первый бой выиграл нокаутом.
Не, я никогда на это внимание не обращаю.
This translator reminds me of a bald Napoleon Dynamite.
Как никогда не готовься, лучше в форме, да. Я считаю, что надо готовиться, забыть про то, что было, и заново готовиться ко всему. И бой будет очень интересный. Я про прошлый бой уже забыл.
You know, I said so, you know, because
Going on, Tiny.
because you know, the opponent can prepare better. You didn't know what to expect, so that's why you don't need to take in mind that I knock him out first fight. You know, you have to prove it every time. Doesn't matter how many fights you have.
Just one final question, because I know you want to get off. It's interesting because you've been a world champion, 41 years old, but do you still believe that you can be better? Do you need to be better? The fact that you were down twice in the first fight, yes, you won by knockout, but do you need to be better in this rematch?
Ты уже был чемпионом мира, тем не менее, но тебе вроде 41, и считаешь ли ты, что ты можешь стать лучше, потому что были проблемы в первом бою? И можешь ли ты стать лучше, опять же, в силу возраста?
Буду стараться. Да. Возраст здесь ни при чем. Я думаю, буду стараться и стану лучше. Буду лучше в этом бою.
I don't think that the age means something, in my opinion. But anyway, at least I will be trying to be better, you know, and I was trying to do it for this camp as well.
Just one more. Are you confident you win this fight? Will you win this fight?
Насколько уверен, что выиграешь?
Я всегда выхожу выигрывать. Я об этом, кстати, не думаю вообще. Я просто выйду боксировать и показать интересный, красивый бокс.
I can't say that I'm like 100% sure, confident that I'll win, but you know, there is no minds like that in my head because I just come into the win. You never know how it will be in the fight.
Thank you very much for joining us. Go well. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and
Just looking around. Can I just borrow you, Xavier Miller, just very, very quickly, because I felt like we cut you off yesterday. We didn't get.
I don't remember what happened yesterday.
No,
that's a long time ago now.
Yes, I know. A day is a long time in it.
So yeah, man. If you don't know, the winner is going to be the WBC mandatory. As you do know, or you should know, Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury agreed to a 2-fight deal. We're waiting on confirmation for that. They're supposed to have a date announced and a venue announced within the next like 20 days or so, or something like that, whatever. Not announced, but they're supposed to narrow down a venue, location, and date within like the next 20 days or less. Alexander Usyk and Joe Joyce are supposed to be fighting. We don't know when. They're still working out money to be the WBO interim champion and the first mandatory for the winner of Fury Joshua. So remember, they're fighting twice. They're supposed to fight in June or July and in November or December of 2021. And then the winner will have to fight. This is a realistic timeline. The winner will have to fight Alexander Usyk or Joe Joyce sometime in March, April, or May of 2022. Then the winner of that has to fight the winner of this, Dylan Whyte and Alexander Povetkin, sometime in late 2022. So whoever loses this fight, especially if it's Povetkin, ain't getting no title shot. Dylan Whyte may have a chance, but it's going to take him a long time to really, really build up, you know, to get back into a mandatory position. And also, of course, Andy Ruiz is going to be taking on Chris Arreola on PBC on Fox pay-per-view May the 1st, $50 here in the States. Felix Hergovitz and Michael Hunter is going to be going to a purse bid, according to Kali Sauerland of the Sauerland Brothers, you know, promotions. And that, my friends, is the heavyweight division. We don't know what's going on with Luis Ortiz. Oh, Joe Parker and Derek Chisora are fighting. And that's it. That's the heavyweight division. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take me a little nap. Before I actually started this stream, I was laying in the bed watching Predator 2, the one with Danny Glover. So I think I'm going to do that, order some lunch for me and my pop, and because I got to work tonight. So tonight I'm going to be back. I'm going to do a test run of a live stream, not the fight, but live commentary with brief highlights during the Ring City card. That's tonight. It starts at I'm going to start at about 8 p.m. I'm going to start actually at about 9 p.m. So I'm going to stream from about 9 p.m. until about 11 p.m., 11:30 or so to test things out. Then on Saturday, we're going to be here for a live fight commentary stream for Povetkin versus Whyte 2. Not the whole card. Likely the Campbell Hatton fight, the Fabio Wardley versus Eric Molina, and then, of course, the main event, Whyte versus Povetkin. So we're trying it out. And then my post-fight videos are going to be edited out of that. So it's a test run to get things, going for the bigger fights. I'm interested to see what Dylan Whyte's going to be weighing in at. Because, let me look it up real quick. The last fight, he lost a significant amount of weight. So the last fight, he weighed in at 252. Remember when he fought Maurice Wach, he weighed in at 271. So he lost pretty much 20 pounds, close to 20 pounds, when he fought Povetkin back in August of 2020. And that 252 is not the lowest he's been, but the lowest he's been, Hellenius, he was 247. Okay. And he's got a phenomenal resume, bro. Since losing to Joshua, Listen to this. Listen to this. He's got Joshua, Dave Allen, Derek Chisora, Robert Hellenius, Lucas Brown, Joseph Parker, Derek Chisora, Oscar Rivas, Maurice Wach, and then he was winning against Povetkin, and then he got his ass knocked out. If that's not one of the best, that's from the top of my head, that's the best current active, best resume, right? Of an active heavyweight? Only rivaled by Anthony Joshua? And you can say his resume can be argued to be, well, they both lost. Joshua's is Dylan Whyte, Charles Martin, Dominic Breazeale, Eric Molina, Klitschko, Takam, Parker, Povetkin, Ruiz, Pulev. It's crazy. It's a crazy resume. So you can't say he's not good, and he's got the heart. The problem is, I just think that Povetkin was just an overall better, like he's smarter, higher ring IQ. And when it comes to a rematch, I think Povetkin can do better in a rematch. Dylan Whyte fights are always exciting, though. His fights, if you're talking about Dylan Whyte, Paul, then his fights are always exciting. You pretty much know what you're gonna get. He got heart. He'll either knock you out, he'll be going life or death, or as you can see against Povetkin and Joshua, or he'll get knocked out. You dig? So this is what we're gonna do. When is the fight? It's gonna be on Saturday, 3 p.m. here. Let's go pull up the zone for you degenerates. Here. How we doing? I glitched out for a minute. My bad. Yeah, I was saying I'm gonna take me a nap. How long was I on mute? Jeez, did y'all hear me say that I need a show to watch? A bingeable show? I think Andy Ruiz gonna put a boot in Chris Ariola's asshole. That's gonna be messed up. The man was already talking about retiring. I guess it's his cash out. And also, I'm going to start shilling you guys to buy the pay-per-view. You got $50 laying around. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Tyson versus Holyfield is happening. It's supposed to be what? May the 29th? That's what's up. Don't be surprised if Teofimo and George Kambosos end up on that card. Because I don't see how they're going to try to do 2 pay-per-views 2 weeks apart unless they're going to do Kambosos versus Lopez on the Triller app for free or some shit, right? Speaking of that, expect some press events to be coming up too that we're going to be streaming. I'm looking forward to that Mike Tyson versus Holyfield press conference. That shit going to be hilarious. They really got, let me see, how old is Evander again? He like 55. They really got these motherfuckers out here about to throw down, bro. Evander Holyfield is 58, bro. Well, good for him, getting a little extra payday. They really been out here squabbling over that money. Good for them. I think he gonna look fucked up though. Mike looked pretty good for his age, but I'm not too confident that Holyfield gonna be looking good. I need to see some cardio tape. That's what I want to see. Because every now and then, Mike looked like he was taking it easy on Roy. He would hit us with the ankles and shit. And Roy fresher. Roy was just fighting like 4 years ago. 5 years ago. Yeah, that shit gonna be... No, it's been settled. It's been settled. Tyson is working with Triller. He wanted some more money. It was a ploy. He wanted some more money, so he got his money. We don't want to see Tyson Holyfield again. You mean you don't? I'm all over it. I love that degenerate ass shit. I'm all over it. Ooh, that thing's going to be beautiful. I'm all over that. They're going to have the musical numbers too? You tripping, cuz. You in the minority. That shit going to generate so much money. Bruh. He 58. He 58. Shit. He's 58, bro. You know, 58. I mean, that does raise some questions, you know. I mean, he's 58. It's not like you 51. You 58, bro. You 60. Lennox is even younger. You think Lennox probably looking his chops like, yo, I think I'm going to go back get this bread real quick. I know. Why did they... Exactly. What the fuck is going on with Tarver? How they going to tell Antonio Tarver he can't fight, but then say Evander can fight? These motherfuckers are backwards. Or was it Frank Mir they said they can't fight? I got to look into that story. I got to look into that. Craziness. But all right, yo, let me get up out of here. Yeah, let me go do some shit. Be an adult. I'm T Street Controversy with FightView360.com. See you guys tonight for the Ring City card. I'm